300 weekly meal options offered by over 80 celebrity chefs straight to your door, fresh.
I'm Maritza Giorgio in Washington, and you're watching On the Scene on Scripps News. Moments ago, Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt holding a press conference at the White House. Now, during that briefing, Leavitt addressed day 6 of the government shutdown, along with the president's potential peace deal with Hamas. Scripps News White House correspondent Jacob Gardenswartz is live now right outside of the White House with the latest from that briefing. So, Jacob, are we learning any more about this threat of mass layoffs because of the government shutdown?
Yeah, good afternoon, Maritza. Well, we are really not learning much more in terms of how these layoffs might actually take place, when they would take place, and who would be impacted. The White House continuing with the messaging that we've heard for the past couple of weeks now, blaming Democrats entirely for the shutdown, reiterating misleading claims about the reasoning for Democrats shutting down the government, suggesting it's to give undocumented immigrants a greater health care coverage. Again, as we've reported widely here and elsewhere, undocumented immigrants by multiple laws are not eligible for any sort of federal insurance, health insurance coverage. And so instead, the battle that the White House is choosing to engage on there is about reimbursing hospitals for emergency care that they must provide by law and providing some legal immigrants some types of health coverage. But as you noted, we are in day 6 and we have heard a lot of these threats from White House officials of these mass layoffs, suggesting that OMB Director Russ Vought, head of the Office of Management and Budget, is looking into specific agencies that could be impacted. But we have not seen them come to fruition. And while we had initially suggestions that it would happen as early as last Friday, OMB Director Vought telling Republican lawmakers that they would happen in 1 or 2 days on Wednesday, Friday came and went, Monday came and went, and we have not seen them take place yet. Of course, the White House continuing to try to use this as leverage to force Democrats back to the negotiating table, suggesting that they are looking towards the vote in the Senate tonight as another possible opportunity where lawmakers will vote to reopen the government. But at this point, that certainly seems unlikely. Let's play some of what the White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt had to say about that shutdown threat.
Someone has to look at the balance sheet and be good stewards of the American taxpayer dollar. And layoffs are an unfortunate consequence of that.
First term, for example.
Well, as I'm telling you now, this administration is focusing on checking the balance sheet and ensuring we're doing the right thing by the American taxpayer. And again, these conversations about layoffs would not be happening in the White House today if not for the Democrat shutdown.
So lots of blame and finger pointing there, but worth pointing out, as the questioner of the press secretary there is nothing requiring the White House to institute layoffs. Of course, we know upwards of about 750,000 federal workers have been furloughed, and there may be a number of cuts to plans or sort of plans running out of funding in the coming days. One in particular that's of significant concern is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, commonly known as food stamps. The press secretary suggesting that could run out, quote, very soon. So there is, plenty of damage caused by a shutdown without the need for these mass layoffs. Pressed why it is that the White House was pushing forward with this when no mass layoffs like this have been conducted because of shutdowns previously. The press secretary suggesting that it's because of the need for fiscal sanity, the need to, not amass more debt in the government coffers. But certainly a back and forth that you will continue seeing, and we will continue monitoring to see when and if those layoffs actually land. Maritza.
Yeah, Jacob, we also heard Transportation Secretary Duffy talk about it earlier today, too, and possible layoffs within air traffic controllers. I want to also talk about the other announcement out of the White House and what they're saying about these negotiations over a possible peace deal in Gaza. What do we know? Any progress there?
Kahala Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakah Chodash, the double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, sanitation, I'm doing his work in true sincerity in the four corners of the earth. All right, I want to do a lesson. All right, going into the video. All right, you just saw. Okay, and Keisha, all right, you are being cut off, man. All right, you and your children. All right, your little gremlins that you raised. All right, and Jake is being cut off in general. All right, but it's mainly gonna affect. All right, you damn women, man. Okay, you women in these government jobs and these office jobs, you know, and you women that accept, all right, the welfare, all right, of the devil. Okay, he is about to cut you off, man. All right, your Edomite zaddy is not gonna pay the electrical bill, all right, anymore. Okay, you're not gonna pay for your food stamps anymore. Okay, and even with this government shutdown, all right, if it continues longer than a month, okay, you people will not receive your food stamps. All right, because the food stamps are paid out um, monthly, you know. So for the month of October, I believe it's already paid out. All right, but when it comes to November, if there's still a government shutdown, you people ain't gonna receive your food stamps. Okay, and do you know how dire it is that a lot of these people receive their food stamps, man? Okay, I mean, some people are just gaming the system, all right, but some people really, really, really rely on those SNAP benefits, man. Okay, and Nero don't give a damn about you, man. All right, the Democrats are causing a shutdown. All right, for these all these little benefits uh, to stay on permanently. The Social Security, uh, some of the cuts that Nero trying to do. All right, the illegal immigrant medical care. All right, he is trying to get rid of that. You know, and that's talking about emergency assistance. You know, so I guess this devil, if an illegal immigrant get injured, all right, or maimed, all right, or is on his deathbed, he just want to send the goddamn gurney outside and tip it over and tip your ass out into the street. You know, 'cause that's how this devil gets down, and they've completely criminalized Jake as a criminal. You know, if they're here so-called illegally. You know, but damn, what if Gad would have classified you Edomites as illegal immigrants as soon as your red ass hit the coast, man? You know, but Gad didn't do that. Gad showed you compassion, okay, and tried to feed your hungry, starving ass, you know, and taught you how to take care of yourself, okay, and you stabbed him in the back, all right, just like you're doing today, all right, constantly persecuting Jacob. All right, the scripture said you'll have a perpetual hatred, you know, and we see that we living that out every day. Every single day, we see how much this devil, all right, hates you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, but as the scriptures say, you know, the vintage is failing, man. All right, that vintage that all you women relied on, you Negro and Latino women, you know, because you Latino women, you in the government too. You take food stamps too. You on Section 8 too, you know? So when you go to the damn grocery store and you buying that pound of beef, you know, probably at the end of this month or next month, the women gonna be looking at you with an open ass mouth, man. You know? Then when they see you use a used cash or a debit card, they might try to jump in your basket, you know? Because they about to be poor. These people about to be poor as hell out here, man. They already poor, you know? But with the inflation and with all these layoffs and with them not being able to find a job, you know, these women's desperation level is about to be at an all time high. You know, their pride is about to fucking go away. Okay, Esau fucking lied to your ass. You know, Esau told you you was an independent woman, and you can engage in feminism. All right, while the whole time he planned to pull the rug from under your ass, you know, and ultimately it's to put everybody in a mode of desperation, you know. So when he presents that MOTB, you're gonna be ready to fold, you know. But the men of the Lord, the true men of the Lord, ain't gonna fold. All right, we're gonna rely on Yahweh Yahushua in those days, man. You know, but you women are in trouble, man. All right, you in fucking trouble. You know, Isaiah 4:1 is around the corner. All right, and hey, only the the clean and the modest, and the submissive of you are going to be picked up from the men of the Lord, man. None of you nasty, all right, treacherous, okay, abortion stockpile women are not gonna be chosen, man. All right, you women with fucking diseases, okay, no hair on your damn head, you're not gonna you're not gonna be chosen, man. Okay, hell no, absolutely not. You got damn the what they call them now, the big backs. No, hell no, ain't gonna be no return of the big back. Okay, which pretty soon it ain't gonna be no big backs. There ain't gonna be no big backs in Babylon. All right, because your dimensions is gonna be taken away. Okay, but that's all I had. I pray this lesson is edifying and shalom.